Hi guys, it's Charles from Work In, Work Out, and I just thought it'd be nice to do a video on my home gym setup in case you were thinking of setting up your own home gym. You wanted some ideas of what to put together, what key bits of equipment to cover, your core muscle groups or your main muscle groups, that sort of thing. I thought I'd just give you a tour of what I've got in my setup, and it might give you some ideas for similar things as well. So I'm just going to take you through all the different items and let me know if I've missed out anything that might be absolutely essential in the comments below. Yeah, let's get straight into it and I'll take you through it all bit by bit. So I'm just going to jump behind the camera, so the rest is going to be me taking you through the various bits of equipment. Okay, so I guess I'll start with the size of my gym. The size of my gym is 3 meters by 2.5 meters, which I think is just big enough to get in some decent equipment. The first bit you can see here that I think is really good for working the core, especially when you're doing pulling days, even for things like push-ups. It's a very versatile bit of equipment. Some people call them parallettes or parallel bars, but there's these things right here. I got mine from Decathlon. You can get them from various different places. I think Men's Health do a version, but if you look online I'm sure you can find them. If I find any good links for you guys to get some really good kit, you can perhaps find that in the comments in the description below. But yeah, just looking around the equipment, so we got these are really good. You can do your L-sits, you can do your planches, you can do your body rows and things like that, and it's really good for static holds. Over here we've got the exercise ball. If you've got a bad back or you want to do some stretching or some light floor work, a ball is really good for that. Mascot, you've got to have a good mascot in your gym to keep you going. There we got the Rock as usual in his usual place, checking out his guns, and around his neck he's actually got a dips belt. So with that, that's what I use to do my weighted dips. And it's a really good piece of equipment. It's a fairly heavy duty chain, so you can get some really heavy weights on there. I like to go up to 30 kg sometimes. I'm sure it can handle a lot more than that. Down here we got some mats. We've got 2 lots of mats. So if you're working out with a partner, a friend, or you want to have different stations, for example, you can have different mats for different things. So I've got 2 mats because I think that's quite helpful. Just over here, if we check out this box, let's just open that up. In here's my box of goodies. So got my RDX straps, really good, can't recommend them enough. Bands, just got these. I've been using that one, but I haven't used the second one just yet in conjunction with the first one. But you can, as you guys know, with straps, these ones are pretty good, pretty heavy duty actually. You can get up to 45 kgs. I don't know if you can see that okay. Let's see if I can adjust the focus. Well, you can get up to 45 kgs with that band. There's also a lighter band in there as well, so that's for doing kind of more your warm-ups. Skip rope, jump rope, that's really good for if you're you want to do your warm-ups, you want to do a bit of cardio. Skipping is really good for that. Here in black, that's actually if you want to do squats, so just to kind of protect the neck area. Not always required, but it's good to have there just in case you're going heavy. These are my dumbbell bars, so I use my plates, stack them on. Down here are your clips. So again, I think these are really good things if you're starting off your home gym. Moving back over to the right, if you ever feel those aches and pains after a hard workout, well, we've got this roller ball here. This one's from Nike. Again, if I can get you some good links, I'll send you a link so you can pick that stuff up down in the description. And over here we've got some rings. So these rings, I use them outdoors, you can use them indoors, so they're really good. You can put them in places like over tree branches or on, strong enough overhead bars, things like that. I really think rings is a really good workout to give you that extra strength in your sort of supporting and stabilizing muscles. If you're doing deadlifts, just protect the back and give your core good stability. I've got this belt here. It's a fairly lightweight one because I don't go too heavy on deadlifts, but it's just enough there to stabilize the back, and I think that's an important part of a home gym. If you're doing dumbbells, what I'd say to you guys is, get dumbbells that obviously that can give you a good workout, but you also want to get some that are maybe on a heavier side to kind of give you that really good workout. So on my dumbbell bars, I put, you know, sort of lighter weights on there. You know, for me that would be anything from, you know, as low as 8 kg all the way up to maybe 20, 30. But these here are 40 kgs, just because it's harder for me to get that in a compact size by adding weight. So these are fixed plates, as you might be able to see. So fixed plates of 40 kg. Backing up a little bit, this is probably my most, I'd say, essential bit of kit. Makes a really nice platform for doing lots of different exercises, and that's my bench. Picked it up for about 100 pounds. It's a fold away, so this actually lifts up right here and folds back into the top. So what's really good there is the space that I can save, so I can actually reuse this area down here if I need to do something else in the house here, because I'm in the conservatory, just sort of backing onto my garden over there. So you know, this space could be used for other things, because, you know, we've got the kitchen over to the right there. Another great piece of equipment down here is for my landmine rows. So this one I got off the internet. Again, if I've got links, I'll send that through. This can take an Olympic bar or a standard bar being 25 millimeters. Now, a lot of the weights I've got here on my weights tree is actually 28 millimeters, but that will fit over a standard bar, which I have here. So I use that for doing my landmine rows. That's the black one on the left. That's a 25 millimeter standard bar, and that goes in here for my landmine rows. If I'm doing leg work on the bench, then this attachment here just goes onto the end. So that all came with the bench actually, so it's a really nice bit of kit, and you can just use it to sort of cantilever your legs around, and then you add the weights to this bit down here, and that'll be these weights depending on, you know, how heavy I'm going. For the landmines, this is a great attachment you can put on the end. There's different attachments you can buy, and just like the lower portion of the landmine attachment there, you've got the Olympic fist setting, and then the 25 millimeter standard setting right there. So that's the one that I use. I think every good gym should have a curl bar. So that's here sitting up against the wall, and obviously you load that with whatever weights. And what I found is I started to stack my weights up on the floor, which wasn't great. They started to kind of get in the way, and it was awkward trying to move them off the floor, especially if you don't have those weights that have the holes in them, so you can actually pick them up easier. So what I did was I bought a weights tree, and I think it's very useful. It makes it nice and neat, it keeps it out of the way, keeps them safe, and you don't have to try and jam your fingers underneath when you're unloading your weights. And another key piece of equipment, which is probably one of my favourite pieces, is actually to pick up some gloves. So just like my straps, I picked up some RDX gloves. They're not too thick, but they just give a bit of protection, protect the calluses on your hand, and also these ones, they've got some good straps. So with the straps, you can actually wrap them around your wrist and provide support when you're doing some of those heavier lifts. And finally, up top, we can see the preacher bar there, which is good for if you want to isolate your biceps on the curls. And I picked up, I'd say I've probably got about just under 200 kgs worth of weights that I picked up. I picked up 4 of everything, so 4 20s, 4 10s, 4 5s, 4 2s, 4 1s, and I think I can still go heavy if I want to do some really heavy deadlifts. And then you've got your bar. I haven't got an Olympic bar here. This is, again, not a standard bar either. It's a 28 millimeter bar, so that fits these weights, which are 28 millimeter whole bars, so the holes, and also the clips. I don't know if you can see the clips there in red and black. So this bar is probably about 5.5 feet in length, and it weighs about 10 kilograms. So loads up there, for example, we've got, what's that, 80 on the weights plus the 10, so that's 90. So that's my home gym. I hope I didn't go too fast for you all. I hope I gave you a good insight into the sorts of things that might be good for a home gym. Let me know what you think in the comments. Have I missed out anything that's massive, that maybe I'm missing a muscle group or something? So comment, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know any suggestions you got, and I'll see you next time.